Oh, hi everyone. You kind of caught me editing here. You're just editing logos and audio footage and what have you. Oh, and how rude of me. My name is Marcus Shadow. I am the Chief Operating Officer of the XPound. As you can plainly see, I'm not wearing a suit at all. I'm in a DX t-shirt. Of course, that's, again, because I'm editing, so I apologize for that. But since I've got you here, I've got a couple of things I've been wanting to tell you people. The first is that we will be purging our YouTube channel of its videos. Well, of most of its videos. Anything prior to when we began the full-on roundtables, podcasts, all of that will be purged. And there's a big reason behind that, and that reason is that in the past few months, about 3-4 months, we've had a couple of our videos flagged here and there. And when that happens, YouTube restricts our account, or our video size limit on our account, because we have our account set up to where we can upload videos of greater than 15 minutes in length. But when those videos get flagged and YouTube slaps that restriction on our account, all of a sudden we can only upload up to 15 minutes in length. And that's been a big reason why we haven't been able to consistently put out videos in the past several months. Not the only reason, but a pretty big reason. And so because of that, especially since we are mounting this big comeback with the expansion and the addition of all these different types of shows and videos, we're going to need that video length to be extended and stay extended. And so because of that, we don't want to have to deal with any copyright stuff. And we know that there are many videos on our YouTube channel that have been noted as having copyrighted material, and so they therefore could possibly be flagged. Because of that, we're going to get rid of all those videos, especially our older videos before we had video capability, or most of us did. We would use clips from Raw, from SmackDown, you know. Our intros would have the Raw intro in it. So because of that, we're clearing all that out. And so I just wanted to let you all know about that, just in case one day you log on and you're like, oh, where did all the XPound videos go? Well, they're now going to be in the ether, and that's why. The videos, they'll probably stay up for at least another couple of days, if not maybe up to a week. But somewhere in there, I will eventually just go in there and just start deleting the videos. You know, I'll probably mass delete them, and they'll just all be gone in the span of a day. But yeah, so just want to let you know about that. Second thing I wanted to bring up is, as James Phoenix mentioned in his previous video, and as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, the expansion. We're very excited about the expansion. We're bringing in, as James said, some new talent, some new producers. We're going to try to be getting people who were going to be involved with us before, and for various reasons weren't able to. We're going to try to get them to get their own shows and become producers, so that they can just produce it on their own schedule. I mean, yeah, we're going to kind of try to keep them to a little bit of a schedule, just so we can get, you know, videos out on a good timely basis. But as James said, you know, your own show, you're not going to be beholden to, like, say, a strict schedule set by James Phoenix. No. So yeah, but because of that, because we're going to be taking on so many people, we're going to be bringing up so many people through the ranks here. James Phoenix, Chris, aka The Mole, and myself have been talking, and we're strongly considering going to a website-based format. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, take a look at thatguywiththeglasses.com, who happen to be our inspirations and a big reason for why we do what we do and why we continually strive to make what we do better. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm thinking a site like that, something that's all-encompassing for our site, that has everything on it, has all the links on it, links to the different videos, link to the Twitter, link to our email, link to our message board, stuff like that. But the reason I'm mentioning it to you all, none of us really have the skill set or experience necessary to develop a web page such as that. And so I have decided, as the Chief Operations Officer, to seek assistance outside the XPound. And that's where you come in. I would like to announce right now that we are looking for anybody who may be interested in helping us out and becoming our webmaster. Well, what will that entail? Well, what a webmaster generally does: develop the website, maintain the website. And it's pretty simple, right? The development, maybe not so much. The maintenance shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, if you're interested in that, please let us know. Again, like James mentioned in his video, we are not doing this for profit, so therefore this position will not be paid. If, however, such a time comes that we become a for-profit organization, that, such a time comes we start making money on our videos, then of course this position will more than likely become a paid position. So yeah, if you're interested, let us know. You can let us know via email, wrestlingxpound@gmail.com. You can contact us via Twitter. You can log on to our message boards and drop us a line. You could PM us through the message board. You could PM us through YouTube. There's various ways to get a hold of us. So yeah, we look forward to hearing from you, and if we get a good candidate in, then we will very, very strongly consider going toward, going into a website. Eventually we do want to get to the point where we're on a website. We just don't know if we want to do it now or if we're going to wait, and this could be a deciding factor in that decision. Also, as the webmaster, there's also always the option of becoming a producer yourself. If there's a web show that you've always wanted to do, you are more than welcome to use the XPound as the outlet for that show. All you have to do is clear it with us, and you can set up a place on the website. We'll set up a place on the board, and it should be good. You can do special guest spots in our shows too if you want. If you just want to do things here and there, and not beholding yourself to a show of your own. But that's just some of the options that you have available to you should you decide to join our ever-growing family here at the XPound. So again, we look forward to seeing, reading, hearing any replies we get from you people. And the last thing I want to talk about was some of the shows, actually, particularly my show, Showtime, and James Phoenix's show, Rise from the Airwaves. Well, let's start with James. James and I have been talking. He's been trying to figure out how he's going to start his show, and he's decided he wants to do a retrospective on Star Trek: The Next Generation, which just so happens to be my favorite Star Trek series of all time, and his. And so that will be an ongoing thing. We'll do a couple episodes here and there, and of course there is a lot of material we could cover with that. There's, again, 7 seasons plus 10 movies. So if this is something that becomes really popular and you guys become very interested in it, we'll continue doing it. We do have several episodes planned out at the moment, and so that'll kind of be the test run, and that'll be the stuff that we want to talk about, and then as it comes out, that maybe if you guys are interested in it, we'll talk about other stuff, other episodes and whatnot. So be on the lookout for that. That will also be the premiere of Rising from the Airwaves. Will be the first episode of the Star Trek: The Next Generation retrospective. Now, my show, Rise from the Airwaves, to expand on what James said and to I've had a little bit of time now to think about where I want my show to go, what I want to do with it. I'm thinking the primary focus of this show is going to be modern films, stuff. Basically, I want to review films that are coming out. So, as James said, my first 2 reviews will be The Amazing Spider-Man, which I know, a little bit late, I know, but because of scheduling, I haven't been able to get everyone together to do that, especially my friend, whom James alluded to, who will be joining me on Showtime. He will not be in every episode, but he'll be in quite a few of them because he is the guy I go see movies with most of the time, at least most of the good movies. But yeah, anyway, so I will be reviewing The Amazing Spider-Man, and I will be reviewing The Dark Knight, Rises. After I see it, I'll be seeing that next week, next Wednesday, I believe. So yeah, sometime after that, maybe a week after that, we'll film it. It'll be a big group thing, and it'll probably be a two-parter. We'll talk about Spider-Man first, and then The Dark Knight Rises. And then as a secondary, I will be reviewing some older movies, primarily as they pertain to the current or modern movie that I'm reviewing. So for instance, with The Dark Knight Rises, following that, I will also be going back and reviewing Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. And just because Chris the Mole asked nicely, Gotham Knights. So you have that to look forward to. So that's just kind of an idea of how my show will work. If I feel that current movies, so I focus on current movies, doesn't give me enough material, I may expand out to do older movies or whatnot. But for right now, I think my focus will be current movies, modern movies, and the other thing I will be reviewing too, just because I haven't really seen any review shows out there that do this, I will also be focusing on special features of movies that are on DVD and Blu-ray. Because I'm a sucker for special features, and that's half the reason I buy them. Chances are my first review or review series, depending how much material I come up with, will be the special features of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which, for the record, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, my favorite movies of all time. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. If you have any movies you would like me to review, any special features especially that you would like me to review, let me know. If I do not own them, I will certainly attempt to get my hands on them. Again, I ask you to keep in mind, we are not-for-profit, so, yeah, unless I can get the movies for cheap or free, or find them on the internet, chances are, I'll have to go see them in the theater, or if they're older, may not end up not reviewing them for any reasons. But feel free to suggest things to me. I'm certainly open to suggestions, and I certainly have people I could ask if they have the movies. So yeah, hopefully this new series will be enjoyable for you. Hopefully it'll be enjoyable for me to film. I have yet to film one, so I guess we'll see about that. But I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, I guess that's all I've got for now. I've rambled on long enough. I've got to get back to editing so you guys can see stuff. As James alluded to also, the Gaming Zone video for franchises is going to be coming out. I'm still editing that. I will be editing that and releasing that. Probably on the Gaming Zone channel. I'll have to discuss that with Chris the Mole. I also have the two-part Lair of the Phoenix coming out, and that will be the premiere of the new Lair of the Phoenix show. The first part being the month in review for last month, which basically covers up through Money in the Bank. And then the second part is to look back at Raw 1000, the 1000th episode of Monday Night Raw, which was to give you a little preview. It could have been better. It was cool to see, the legends, but we'll get more into that in that podcast. But yes, be on the lookout for those. They are coming once I go through and edit them. And then I believe Chris the Mole has a couple things. One being the Lego Batman 2 review for the Gaming Zone, so do look for that. That actually turned out very well. It's me and him, just the two of us, and I think it turned out very well. So I certainly enjoyed recording that, and I certainly hope you enjoy listening to it. So again, I'm getting back to editing. You guys watch our videos. Thank you so much for the support you've given us, the views you've given us. Continue to give us views, and yeah, we'll see you on the web.